I know why you clicked this video, and trust me, you will realize your own answers by the end of the video. 2 years ago, I hit rock bottom. I was struggling financially, my girlfriend cheated, and I had no clear direction for my future. Every day felt like an uphill battle, and honestly, most days I wanted to give up. I'd look in the mirror and wonder, what's the point? I mean, I've fallen into a place of being like, this really is how I spend my wake up. But one day, I stumbled upon a simple concept: consistency. It wasn't a grand revelation or a magical solution. It was just this idea that if I could commit to doing small things daily, even when I didn't feel like it, I could change the trajectory of my life. At the time, I had no idea how powerful this concept would become. So let me give you an example. Back then, I was overwhelmed by the mess in my apartment. It was a mess. I decided to start small. I set a goal to clean just one corner of my apartment every day. Not the whole place, just one small section. The first few days were hard. I'd come home exhausted and see the mess and think, what's the point of cleaning one corner when the rest of the place is still a disaster? But I made myself do it anyway, and something amazing happened. As that one corner became clean, it gave me a tiny spark of hope. By the end of a month, my entire apartment was spotless. I don't know if that's a common thing, but my mind sped a lot better the more I put attention into it. Finally, I wasn't home alone the first few days, but I made myself do it anyway because I felt like a win. That experience taught me a valuable lesson. It's not about massive, life-changing actions. It's about the small, consistent steps that over time add up to something extraordinary. When you're in the middle of tough times, it's easy to feel like you have to fix everything all at once, but that mindset can paralyze you. Instead, focus on what you can control, even if it's just one small thing. Discipline plays a huge role in this. Let me be honest. There are many days when I didn't want to clean that corner. I didn't want to get out of bed, go to work, or face the day. But discipline isn't about doing what you feel like doing. It's about doing what you've committed to, even when it's hard. Over time, I started applying this principle to other areas of my life. I began exercising, not because I suddenly loved working out, but because I knew I needed to take care of my body. I started reading for 10 minutes every day to feed my mind instead of masturbating. I reached out to one friend or family member each week to mend relationships. None of these actions felt monumental in the moment, but collectively they changed everything. And here's the thing, when you show up consistently, you build momentum. Momentum is a powerful force. At first, it feels like you're pushing a boulder uphill, but as you keep going, something incredible happens. The boulder starts to move on its own. What once felt impossible begins to feel manageable, and then it becomes natural. I'll be honest with you, the journey isn't easy. There will be days when you feel like quitting, days when you think, why bother? I had plenty of those days. But every time I pushed through, every time I chose to take one small step instead of giving up, I proved to myself that I was stronger than my circumstances. One of the most important lessons I've learned is that tough times are temporary, but the skills you build during those times are permanent. Consistency, discipline, and resilience. These are tools you can carry with you for the rest of your life. They don't just help you survive, they help you thrive. Today, my life looks completely different. I'm not the same person I was back then. I've achieved goals I once thought were impossible, but more importantly, I've developed a deep sense of self-respect. I know that no matter what life throws at me, I have the tools to handle it. And it all started with small, consistent actions. So if you're going through a tough time right now, I want you to remember this. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to fix everything today. Just pick one small thing you can do and commit to doing it consistently. Over time, those small actions will compound, and you'll look back and realize just how far you've come. Let me leave you with this thought. Tough times are like storms. They're dark, they're overwhelming, and they can make you feel lost. But every storm runs out of rain, and when it does, the seeds you've planted through your consistent efforts will start to bloom. Keep showing up, keep taking small steps, trust the process, because on the other side of discipline and consistency is a life you're proud of, a life that reflects your strength, your resilience, and your determination. Thank you.